It's interesting how ingredients can completely change meaning depending on where you are in the world. Growing up in Uganda, pumpkin was one of the most common foods you could imagine. Almost every backyard had some kind of pumpkin growing. So it wasn't really something that people thought much about. It was just there, a cheap, filling, unreliable food that could feed many. And because everyone already had it, there wasn't much reason to sell it either. As a business idea, it was essentially worthless. But to feed the family, extremely valuable. Most of the time we ate it steamed, as simple as that. I like steamed butternut squash as well, but I'm not making it like that this time. I want to make it similar to hasselback potatoes. If you haven't seen that before, you will understand once you see how I cut it. But this squash is not really the way I need it to be. The top part is a bit hollow, which means that it might not hold together well. So back to the store. Anyways, back home, it was not only the pumpkin itself that was used. The leaves were also cooked, especially with peanut sauce, and sometimes dried and turned into flour for soups. Yeah. Nothing really went to waste. But I don't remember seeing butternut squash. It's something that has become more common in Uganda in the recent years. And locally it's called ensusuti, which basically translates to a curvy woman. A lot of people still aren't very familiar with it there. But then I moved to Sweden. And here, it's something people are excited about. And I find that contrast really interesting. Because to me, this type of squash still connects back to the kind of food I grew up eating. Not fancy or special food, more like practical food. Beans were very similar for me growing up. We ate beans a lot, especially in boarding school. We ate it Monday to Sunday. I'm not even exaggerating. Orange together with posho, also called ugali, which is similar to polenta but more firm. It's eaten all over East, Central, and Southern Africa. And I got so tired of it. When you eat something that often, especially growing up, you don't really appreciate it. But now, I actually really like beans again. I just think you need to cook them in different ways, not using the exact same recipe over and over again. Beans can become a lot of different things, depending on how you cook them. Many times, it's not really the ingredient that you get tired of. It's the repetition. Steamed pumpkin, the same beans too. Without variety, even good food can become tiring. Variety was actually a thing that stood out to me after moving to Sweden. Here, people create so many different things from the same ingredients. Back home, we tend to cook what we know. And I love Ugandan food. I usually say it's food that anyone can eat. Not overly spicy, not very adventurous, just good food. But here, I noticed people experiment more with ingredients. People pickle vegetables, ferment things, cure fish, make jams out of berries I have never even heard of before. Even something as simple as potatoes can become so many different dishes here. And it makes you appreciate ingredients differently. You realize that they have more potential than you might think. Moving to another country also made me realize how many ingredients I had never been around before. Things like shrimp, parsnips, mushrooms, fermented foods, cheeses. Some of it felt very unfamiliar to me in the beginning. Not because the food wasn't good, but because I didn't grow up with these flavors. When you grow up eating certain types of food, your taste becomes shaped around what's familiar to you, what tastes like home. And it's easy to underestimate how much culture affects taste. What tastes normal to one person can taste very strange to somebody else. And taste is something that changes slowly over time. A lot of food I enjoy today, are foods I struggled with in the beginning when I just moved here. But there is something really enjoyable about staying open to new foods and flavors. Over time, unfamiliar flavors can become new favorites. Curiosity is one of the best things you can bring into your kitchen. You can spend your whole life eating one ingredient one way and then discover a completely different side of it years later, making it a completely different experience. And I think the more open you are to trying new things, the more interesting food becomes. And in some ways, the bigger your world becomes, not only through the food itself, but through the people and cultures that are connected to it.